today we have one of these, or should I say 3 of these, and I kind of have to take it like this because whoever shipped this to me, I bought this from a game store, like on pre-order date, so I would have them sooner. They shipped it to me, and they shipped it really poorly. They not only did they tape these together, you know, it was in a questionable bubble wrap envelope. I don't know why I did this, it just kind of happened. But the bubble wrap envelope was basically just a piece of paper. It didn't really have any air in it anymore. It wouldn't even protect this anyway, and then obviously the mailman just kind of shoved it in the mailbox. And this is completely messed up right now. Like, it's like all curved and bent here. This one is like vaguely opened at this point, which is kind of sad. I know what's in this one actually, because I checked. So I'm gonna try and hope the middle deck box, or the middle structure deck here, is actually the most intact one. I hate that people like put tape on stuff like this, because I actually love keeping these. I still have my my structure deck boxes from, well, I have the Egyptian God ones, I have the Hero Strike ones, I actually have 3 of those. I don't know why, it's just a habit of mine. I kind of like keeping these because it kind of reminds me of which decks I got at what time and stuff like that. For those who don't know, I actually do have a full branded deck, which means that a lot of these cards I technically already have, but that's okay. There's some new cards in here that I wanted to check out, and then some cards that I didn't have yet, like some of the Bestials. Now that I have it open, I'm not entirely sure how I want to open this because of how messed up it is at the top. It's actually cleaner at the bottom, so I think I'm going to open it at the bottom so it comes out easier. You do get an entire deck list on the back, which is kind of cool. Ibra. There we go. I don't think this opened properly, which is a little bit annoying. There we go. So every deck comes with a chance. Well, it comes with 1 extra card, as it says here on the back. There's one. I don't know if this is gonna. There's 1 bonus card, which is an extra copy of one of the cards that are in here, but one of the 6 cards that they decided for it. And it'll either be a secret rare or there's a chance of it being Starlight Rain. There's a few I'm hoping on, but either way, I'm not too bothered. Oh, okay, that's how it's in here. I did not expect that. It's in here in like paper, apparently. I guess this is the extra card. I hope none of this is damaged. Most of the thing happened at the top, which is kind of cool because at the top there's a little protection thing there. So since most of the damage, as you can see on the box, happened on the top, I think this might all be fine. I hope so, at least. I don't know where to put this for now. Just put it here. It comes with a little playmat, paper playmat, so it's not going to be too interesting. But we have Albaz here with, I'm going to call it the Frequent Dragon 2.0 because that's just what it is. Or maybe Frequent Dragon 0.5. I'm not sure what to call it yet, because I don't know what the name is. And then we have Ecclesia on the other end, which I'm not going to lie, I don't really care about. I'm a little bit bothered by the fact that a lot of like the new cards as well, because I have read them, there's a lot of focus on Ecclesia, and I don't like it because to me the whole story is mostly like Albaz. I mean, I have read the story, I haven't actually watched the anime from it yet, but I've read the story, and the only 2 I want to accept as like main characters, or I'll say 3, is Albaz, the Springen's kid, and Alabin. I do not care about like Ecclesia at all. I think they're just kind of like your typical damsel in distress. Oh my fucking god, really. So we got the secret rare Dogmatica Ecclesia, the Virtuous. Again, this is I believe this is the bad one, isn't it? The one I don't really like at all. Yeah, at least the other Ecclesia is kind of nice because you can just summon it and, well, special summon it and then ditch it for an Albaz. Played a lot in Soul. But yeah, we got a Dogmatica Ecclesia, the Virtuous, secret rare. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it because it's in the deck as well, but as an Ultra. Ah, this is weird. Why is this in paper? I believe every card in here is only a one-off. I don't think there's any duplicate cards in here. And, well, clearly we are given the regular art for the Fallen of Albaz. I was kind of hoping that the deck would have come with the alt arts, or at least maybe an option for the alt art. Maybe some of these would have been like the alt arts of Albaz, Alaba. There's some alternate arts for some of the cards. Ecclesia got one as well. I kind of wish that they were given, but apparently that is not what we're given, so I'm gonna have to stick with the regular arts here. So we obviously start with the Fallen of Albaz, which is what the entire story is based on. No, it's not about Ecclesia, it's about Albaz, and no one's ever gonna tell me otherwise. So we have Albaz, and then we have the good Ecclesia. I actually don't have this one, so I'm kind of happy to get this one, because I actually don't mind this. So we have Albaz, we have another Blazing Cartesia, which is basically another Ecclesia, to be fair, so well, we basically have two of them now, in a certain sense. Is this like focusing properly? Because there we go. So we have another Blazing Cartesia. I do have to say that these are kind of nice in Ultra because, well, not the Cartesia necessarily, but like just the thing in general, because they're not too dark. I feel like some rarities get a bit dark, especially super rare, so I'm glad to see they at least pick Ultra and not like Super. We got Albion in Ultra, which actually I don't have. I only have commons. We have a Guiding Quam, the Virtuous, which technically in a certain sense is also an Ecclesia, a little bit, kind of. For people who actually read the story, they'll know what I'm on about. For people who are watching the show, I don't know what the show is about. I mean, I'm gonna just assume it's just, you know, an animation of what the actual story is. Might be interesting to watch. Am I that interested in seeing it? Not really, to be fair. Maybe it's because I just read it before the animation even existed. Who knows? We have a Springen's Kid, like this one. Tri-Brigade Mercurian. I feel like I'm a lot to the left, my bad. Tri-Brigade Mercurian, which, by the way, they have really nice looking secret rares for these. Like, I don't want to point that out, but it is true. I have a Desperate Tragedy. Always like this card. This one is just kind of funny. Used to play 3 for some reason, just because I like them. Swap to 1, obviously, because it's a bit of a dead card, but it's, I don't know, it was just one I liked. But we have a Bestial Lupalian. This is one that I just never got my hands on because I felt like the price was a bit too high, and I know how Yu-Gi-Oh is. Yu-Gi-Oh releases a bunch of cards, and they're super pricey because they're like meta relevant or God knows what. And then they get reprinted anyway, and over time, you know, I'm not like an active Yu-Gi-Oh player like in the TCG. I barely play Master Duel, and spending like, what was this, like 15 to, like, I think it was like around 20-30 in the beginning. Over time, kind of got stuck around 15. Just a bit much, I feel like, but, you know, finally have one, or have 3 since I have 2 decks, or 2 extra decks. But a Magnamut. I do have a Magnamut though. Got the Serening, which is probably one of my least favorite Bestials, based upon looks, but like effect-wise it's kind of okayish. Then we have a Drew Swarm. I do like this one. This one is cool. But yeah, we have a Dogmatical Ecclesia, the Virtuous. I never really liked this card. We have something that is a bit disappointing to me. Dogmatical Fleur-de-Lis the Knighted. I really liked the original art for this one. This one as well as this one. These are based upon the animation, which funny enough I haven't seen, but I know this. I'm not a huge fan of these, to be fair. I just think, especially Fleur-de-Lis. Fleur-de-Lis was such a cool monster, and I feel like seeing it like this takes a lot away from it, I feel like, but it's just a personal thing, really. It's still a cool card though. Got a Dogmatica Maximus. We have a Nibiru, so here we're getting some of the staples. Nibiru not that expensive anymore today, but still pretty good card though. Also, recently, I don't know, I think it was like maybe 2-3 days ago, I was thinking how Nibiru kind of reminded me of the Yubel when they come back to the Earth in the show, at least. When they like come back, they're kind of like in this like little comet crater thing, and then they get splashed back to Earth. It just kind of something that reminded me of it, and I'm like, hey, maybe I should start playing these again, because I don't really play them normally. Keeper of the Dragon Magic? not a huge fan of this one. I've played this back when I restarted playing my Neos. I actually played 3 of these in there. It was kind of fun to use. Honestly, kind of for some reason, always thought that this was like a Blue Eyes card because it kind of looks like a Blue Eyes card, but it isn't. I don't know. It's a weird addition. We have one of the newer cards, Fallen and the Virtuous, which this card is always treated as a branded and a Dogmatica card, so it makes it somewhat easier to search with some of the cards. You can send a monster that mentions Albaz from your extra deck to the graveyard to target a face-up card on the field and destroy it. Not bad, actually, because as all of these fusions always have like something at the bottom when they get sent to the graveyard, at the end of the turn you kind of get an effect from them, so it's actually kind of nice. This can get rid of some of like continuous spells and stuff like that. I feel like it's mostly spell and traps that you want to get rid of with something like this, but like, you know, if a monster is in the way and you can, you know, destroy it somehow, it's a good thing too. Or if you have an Ecclesia, which I'm not gonna lie, I hate that sentence. If you have an Ecclesia monster in your field or graveyard, which by the way, Cartesia and Guiding Cram do not count as much as I feel like they should, you can target one monster in either graveyard and then special summon it to your field. So, Monster Reborn. Not sure how to feel about this card necessarily. The top effect I feel like is kind of nice. The bottom effect is just kind of like whatever. I hate the art as well, not gonna lie. I feel like I'm not a huge fan of the whole, I guess, the animation thing as much. Just not my thing. I do still like Branded though. Kind of another Branded Fusion, which is on 2, right?
Yeah.
It got changed to 2, I don't remember when, not that long ago. I haven't actually changed that in my deck because I haven't played it for a long time. I have Branded in White, not a card I actually really like. Branded in Red, basically Guardian Chimera on a card. That's what we do, it's just, that's what we summon with this. So we have Branded in Red. Have a branded opening, which is again one of those things in here. I have them as like these ultis, so these ultras are probably just gonna go in the binder because I don't really want to get rid of any of these cards, so they're probably just gonna go in the binder. Branded in High Spirits, not a huge fan of this card. I've seen a lot of branded players use this one. I'm not personally a huge fan of this, but hey, you know, it's not bad necessarily. It's just, I feel like branded has like a lot of cards, making it so that you can kind of choose how you want to play it yourself, really. Got a Branded Lost, Branded Regained, and a Dear Servant, which used this a few times. I find some of these cards kind of a little bit weird because I know that they're branded, but some of them, like, I remember there's a lot of Tri-Brigade cards that kind of like, they allow you to search for Fallen of Albaz, but you can't really use it. And then Dogmatica cards as well, where it's like, oh, you can search for Fallen of Albaz, but hey, you can't fusion summon for the rest of the turn, or you can't summon anything from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. As this one states, it's like you cannot special summon anything from the extra deck, and you can add an Albaz to your hand from your deck, and it's like, it's such a weird thing, where it's like, I feel like they don't really fit that well, but, you know. It's a good card nonetheless, not gonna lie, but it's still kind of something to keep in mind when you're playing. Branded Bond, find this card actually kind of pretty. Fusion Deployment, we have the alternate art for Fusion Deployment, which is Albaz and Cartesia, or Dark Ecclesia, whatever you want to call it really. I'm not sure how to think about this, because again, I feel like they put the focus on the wrong like thing here, but in all fairness, the only 2 monsters you're probably gonna summon out of the deck is either Albaz or Cartesia. I just feel like they're a bit too focused on the wrong side of fans, if I can say it that way, but still kind of like it. And then we have a Triple Tactic Trust. I actually hate this one. Like, I really like the original art of the Triple Tactic Trust. I actually hate this one so much, because this isn't like even like, I guess they wanted to put some kind of Tri-Brigade in this deck, even though Mercurial is Tri-Brigade technically, but it's just, I don't know, I just hate this one. I don't know, we'll just skip over it. Really good card though, Triple Tactic Trust. Like, I mean, probably dropped in price a lot nowadays, but this thing used to be like at least like $15 like a piece, so getting that in a deck, kind of like a freebie. Foolish Burial, We got a cold sarcophagus, can help you with like a tragedy, or even a Mercurian. Super Poly, kinda happy to get some extra ones of these because I love Super Poly. I absolutely adore this card, but I feel like people probably know that if they've seen anything I've done. Branded Retribution, always a nice way to get your branded fusion back from your graveyard. Branded Banishment, I personally like this card. I know not that many people play it, but I personally like it. Branded Sword, not as interesting, but gives you tokens, I guess. Branded Beast, great card. And then the Black Goat Laughs, another card that was like, what, 10 to 20 bucks. Really hard to get. Secret rare from the Phantom Lightning, I believe, if I recall correctly. I might be a little bit wrong on that. I still need one for my Albaz binder, so one of them is definitely going in there. Pretty good card too, so always nice to have an extra one. Hate this one. And the reason why I hate this one is just because of the same thing as I said earlier, where it's like it doesn't allow you to play anything from your extra deck anymore, so it feels so wrong to play it in a deck that is focused on the extra deck. For Dogmatica, on the other hand, Dogmatica can definitely use this. Dogmatica is kind of cool though, like the way they play as well can be a bit annoying, but pretty cool. Fusion Duplication, Ultra, it's just kind of nice. Oh, and then we come to the extra deck, because apparently there is an extra monster in here, which is the Dragon that Devours the Dogma. God, I hate that name. Oh my god, I actually didn't know what this card was called. I've been kind of actively avoiding this card because I hate this card. Like, I don't want to be too... So we just have the typical ones because we have Mirror Jade, Albion, Libalion, Albonalis. Actually like this one. This one's kind of cool. Titanic Clad, which I'm glad to have an Ultra. I'm pretty sure mine is common. But then we have the Pregrant Dragon, which I'm going to come back to in a second. We have a Sprint, Ivan Dash. All of these cards, basically, when they get sent to the graveyard, you can then do something. This one, I believe you can... Oh, nope, this one. The Windprum is when you can banish in your opponent's turn and special summon an Albaz, which is kind of cool. And then we have another one that I cannot pronounce. Pranganil. Going back to the actual thing, I am happy that they put like an actual extra deck in here. It's pretty fucking cool. But this one I kind of hate because it is just this card. Color scheme is the same. It is basically just this monster, just kind of altered. I know that is more of Albaz still. This is also Albaz, so you know, just saying. Story-wise, the Albaz. But yeah, I don't like this like new version because it's basically just this card, and it's not even that good. I don't know if I'm missing something on this card, but it's like, so whilst you have an Ecclesia monster, I hate that sentence, in either on your field or in either graveyard, this card will gain 500 attack, and it's also unaffected by other card effects. But yeah, you can only use the following effects once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can shuffle up to 2 cards from any graveyard and or banishment back into the deck. And then during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there, you can either add a Dogmatica card or a Tri-Brigade. I feel like the Tri-Brigade one is like the weirdest one there, because I'm gonna go search for Mercurial, I guess. Usually the only card I really play. But yeah, this one just looks like the Pregrant Dragon, and I hate it. I'll quickly open up the other ones as well, just for the just to see what card we got out of it. And we have another Ecclesia. There we go. So the Fallen and the Virtuous. I do like the secret, like the rarity on here. This one is actually really nice looking, like especially on like Albaz like outfit and stuff. It's like really nice looking. Just don't really like the card art on this. That is gonna be it. So we're gonna end it right there.